right here, turn the signal on. Light goes through when the night is gone. No delay, no counting down. First step hits the ground. Start right here, switch engage. Window wide, new open page. Forward line already clear. Start right here. Curtain shift and the morning edge appears. Floor cool, under steady feet. Air moves in across the room. Door frame right against the wall. Screen wakes up with a silent glow. Shoes aligned beside the bed. Calendar square waits untouched. Clock digit change without sound. Hand reaches, handle turns. Hallway opens into motion. Signal life systems run. First command has just begun. Start right here, turn the signal on. Light cuts through when the night is gone. No delay, no counting down. First step hits the ground. Start right here, switch engage. Window wide, new open page. Forward line already clear. Start right here. Water runs across cold steel. Mirror holds a steady frame. Fabric falls into clean lines. Laces tighten without pause. Street below begins to fill. Engines move in parallel lanes. Crosswalk stripes mark the path. Doors slide open on cue. Threshold cross without retreat. Air sharp horizon set. Entry point locked in place. All systems set to pace. Start right here. Turn the signal on. It cuts through when the night is gone. No delay, no counting down. First step hits the ground. Start right here. Switch engage. Window wide, new open page. Forward line already clear. Start right here. First contact, first ignition. Handle turns to recognition. Hull becomes a moving line. Steps align and measure time. Signals pass from left to right. Elevator doors in light. Button press, numbers rise. Ground returns before the eyes. Street expands in open span. Path extends from plan to plan. No reverse and no delay. Forward grid and full display. Start right here, turn the signal on. That cuts through when the night is gone. No delay, no counting down. First step hits the ground. Start right here, switch engage. Window wide, new open page. Forward line already clear. Start right here, right here. Engine live, all directions now align. From this point the day begins. Start right here. Door swings wide, line extends right here. Beginning holds. Start right here. Door swings wide, line extends. Beginning holds. Yeah, yeah. Feet settle flat against the floor. Heels press down and measure contact. Toes spread slightly for balance. Knees unlock from rigid angles. Spine extends from base to neck. Shoulders roll back into position. Chin lips level with the line ahead. Arms hang loose beside the frame. Breath moves in through steady lungs. Ribs extend without resistance. Weight distributes left and right. Center shapes into alignment. Stand upright, structure set. Grounded form without offset. Lift and align, steady and straight. Posture corrected, ready to engage. Shift and adjust, nothing less placed. Brain in position, perfectly spaced. Left in line, level and clear. Body arranged from foot to ear. No collapse, no strain inside. Everything stacked and upright. Neck rotates in gradual arcs. Some upper widens across the chest. Wrists extend and softly flex. Fingers open to full length. Ankles circle, rid down haste. Calves activate in quiet tension. Thighs engage beneath the hips. Lower back holds a neutral curve. Shoulder blades draw close and release. Jaw relaxes from its hinge. Breath deepens through steady rhythm. Balance recalibrates again. Stand upright, axis true. Support running through. clean. White space header align across the top. Sidebar lists, active threads, notifications stack in order. Calendar blocks arranged in rows. Search bar waiting for input. File name scroll in vertical lines. Project board fills the frame. Pointer moves from link to link. First command placed in text. Lines appear across the page. Paragraph breaks from structure. Table cells align in grid. Columns stretch from edge to edge. Checkbox marked beside the title. Attachment drops into position. Window resizes to full view. Multiple tabs arranged in sequence. Reference file pinned to side. Dashboard updates in real time. Open and access. Select and begin. Enter the field. Open the task. Cursor moving steady and fast. Line by line. Page by page. Process active. Fully engaged. Enter the field. Start the flow. Window shifting row by row. Click and confirm. Input clear. Operation running here. Spreadsheet expands across the screen. Rows extend beyond the fold. Cells accept formatted text. Formulas calculate unseen. Email mode to preview pane. Reply drafted in short lines. Send icon highlighted in blue. Archive moves items aside. Checklist opens under title. Progress bar fills the frame. Search query returns results. Filters narrow by command. Interface splits into panels. Chat window docked below. Timeline stretch to the right. Task bar drag to column 2. Upload bar shows transfer rate. Cloud sync indicator turns green. History log records each step. Version saved in background. Auto save triggers quietly. Backup stored in second drive. Open and access. Select and proceed. Enter the field. Open the task. Cursor moving steady and fast. Line by line. Page by page. Process active. Fully engaged. Enter the field. Start the flow. Window shifting row by row. Click and confirm. Input clear. Operation running here. Multiple windows side by side. Reference tabs aligned in view. Shortcut keys pressed in sequence. Panel switch without pause. Drag and drop across the board. Context menu opens on cue. Text adjusted for clean format. Margin set within the frame. Notification slides from the edge. Message preview fades away. Data sorts from A to Z. Columns reorder instantly. Split screen balance left and right. Background apps remain minimized. Focus mode removes excess panels. Primary task centered on display. Command executed once again. File exported to final folder. Upload confirmed in silent check. Sync complete across devices. Enter the field, open the task. Cursor moving steady and fast. Line by line, page by page. Process active, fully engaged. Enter the field, start the flow. Window shifting row by row. Click and confirm, input clear. Operation running here. Operation running clear. Interface active here. Screen remains. Window open. Task in motion. Session active. Yeah. Pattern returns in fixed sequence. Cycle begins a set interval. Root extends in equal rows. Cursor is ident motion. Command follows prior commands. Can mirrors previous step. Loop continues without variation. Order remains exact and constant. Panel refreshes at timed interval. Entry replicates per entry. Column matches column again. Line reflects the same design. Repeat and return. Uniform and confirm. Cycle and repeat constant lines. Sequence running on fixed design. Grid after grid, no deviation. Automatic continuation. Cycle and repeat steady and tight. Interval set left to right. No alteration, no delay. Uniform pathway. Timer triggers identical action. Notification appears in rhythm. Template loads without adjustment. Field accepts predefined text. Autofill places standard format. Drop down selects default format. Checkbox marked by preset rules. Status updates in mirrored form. Archive moves to assigned folder. Backup copies to parallel drive. Log records, recurring entry. History lists, matching rows. Schedule activates at the hour. Process restarts from beginning. Instruction executes without change. Routine continues in rotation. Window resets to base position. cycle. Move close, interval set, sequence, ready, cycle again. Count the units, mark the line. Total just over time. Count it down, feel what remains. Subtract the weight from the chain. Margin shifts, numbers align. Decrease visible by design. Count it down, total revise. Remaining set before the eyes. Less than before and clear display. Measure change each day. Total listed at the top. Entries tracked in ordered rows. Column shows the prior sum. Excel reflects our lower value. Subtraction placed beside the line. Margin widens as figures move. Remaining tasks reduced in count. Ledger updates in steady form. Indicator shows smaller range. Graph shortens along the scale. Units drop from 10 to 8. Balance shifts across the page. Checklist shows fewer marks. Archive grows as list contracts. Dashboard displays revised amount. Status panel shows decrease. Quota just beneath the chart. Summary calculates total. Filter narrows visible scope. Remaining rows scroll upward. Count the units, track the change. Numbers shift within the range. Count it down, fewer remain. Subtract the weight from the chain. Margin shifts, numbers align. Decrease visible by design. Count it down, total revise. Remaining set before the eyes. Less than before in clear display. Measure change each day. Counter drops from 7 to 5. Bar shortens across the frame. Report logs the reduced load section. Total recalculated. Target line move closer now. Data set reflects subtraction. Pending items mark complete. Remaining column holds fewer lines. Time slot freeze within the grid. Space expands along the board. Allocation reduced by half. Residual figure display. Overview panel lists new sum. Category show smaller share. Comparison chart redraws scale. Delta column marks decrease. Subtract again from prior count. Total shifts without debate. Margin widens incrementally. Fewer units left in place. Balance narrows toward the base. Indicator trends downward. Remaining tasks decline in rows. Graph compresses by degree. Each revision trims the list. Each update lowers total. Numbers settle into range. Measured drop across the board. Final subtraction clears the span. Remaining count near zero. Summary marks the difference. Decrease now complete. Count it down, fewer remain. Subtract the weight from the chain. Margin shifts, numbers align. Decrease visible by design. Count it down, total revise. Remaining set before the eyes. From full scale to minimal line. Quantitative shift, give or take, reduce. Margin one, remaining low. Record updated. Link established. Tactic to link to. Tactic to link to. That stands for Product X connects to the next. Output carries into new input. File transfers across the line. Chain extends beyond the screen. Red links to prior message. Reference attaches to document. Task flows into adjacent task. Panel connects side to side. String continues without break. Segment joins the following part. Data carries across channels. Connection forms in sequence. Road extends past one section. Bridge links to distant nodes. Shared folder connects devices. Signal transfers through server. Pipeline carries active stream. Endpoint connects to endpoint. Channel extends without pause. Access links through secure path. Connect and carry. Link and extend. Connected flow path to path. Chain extending it to map. Transfer running line to line. Continuity by design. Connected flow side to side. Linked across the moving tide. Carry forward, never stall. Extension through it all. Keep to the two. Keep to the two. Message connects to archive thread. Attachment transfers instantly. Network carries packet through. Bridge extends to distant drive. Shareboard links remote teams. Cloud transfer moves between zones. Connection holds across the span. Chain continues node to node. Segment carries to next stage. Path extends beyond the frame. Reference links within the file. Session connects across devices. Stream transfers to mirrored hosts. connects across the gap. Breath links back to origin. Pipeline carries active load. Path extends without collapse. Server transfers in relay. Node connects to parallel nodes. Shared access opens both ends. Chain continues into new span. Segment joins another stream. Channel links through secure lane. Transfer routes through mirrored hosts. Connection spans wide domain. Carry signal further out. Extend route across the field. Continuity remains intact. Linked from start to yield. Connected flow path to path. Chain extending out to map. Transfer running line to line. Continuity by design. Connected flow wide and long. Linked across the system strong. Carry forward, extend beyond. Connection ongoing. Link remains. Hey, it extends. Hey, transfer active. Continuity. Layer. Layer upon layer fills the board. Parallel streams run side by side. Concurrent tasks stack in rows. Volume increases across the screen. Window overlaps window frame. Panels stack in vertical form. Load distributes across the grid. Capacity expands to hold more threads. Running concurrently. Stacks rise without collision. Columns overlap and display. Parallel processes remain active. Multiple dashboards share the space. Concurrent tabs remain open. Stack notifications line the edge. Volume spreads from left to right. Load shifts between active zones. Capacity holds extended list. Parallel operation motion. Layered structure across the field. Layer and stack. Parallel track. Parallel volume rising high. Layered across the active sky. Concurrent paths and stack display. Capacity wide away. Yeah. Parallel volume side by side. Overlapping frames in stride. Load sustained across the span. Layered system running. Concurrent updates, refresh the view. Stack threads expand downward. Volume spreads across panels. Overlapping cards fill the board. Capacity stretches to limit. Parallel sessions remain live. Lay data fills each slot. Load shared across the platform. Clear line stack in order blocks. Multiple windows overlap clean. Concurrent processes maintain speed. Volume pulses through the page. Capacity almost up to surge. Parallel actions continue. Layered interface holds firm. Load bounce across the frame. Load bounce across the frame. Layer every stack concurrent track. Parallel volume rising high. Layered across the active sky. Concurrent paths and stack display. Capacity wide all the way. Parallel volume side by side. Overlapping frames in stride. Load sustained across the span. Layered system running. Stacks extend beyond the fold. Parallel streams occupy lanes. Concurrent tasks fill every slot. Volume spreads through the domain. Layered grids in complex form. Load shifts without collapse. Capacity absorbs the increase. Overlap without disruption. Rows stack upon previous rows. Parallel boards realign. Concurrent flows fill the field. Volume expands across the span. Layered screens in tight formation. Load carry across each zone. Capacity holding steady weight. Parallel states sustain. Parallel volume rising high. Layer across the active sky. Concurrent paths and stack display. Capacity wide all the way. Parallel volume fully formed. Overlapping frames transformed. Load sustained from end to start. Parallel volume. Layer stacked. Parallel state. Volume sustained. Capacity held. Layer stacked. Parallel state. Volume sustained. Capacity held. Open the margin, shift the angle, offset wide, let it flex. Space between each active panel till the frame. Reset the axis. Open, offset, widen the gap. Angle adjusted on the map. Margin breathing side to side. Flexible within the stride. Open, offset, shift the line. Tilt the frame by small design. Drift allowed but held in range. Space within the change. Gap appears between the blocks. Margin expands along the edge. Offset moves the column right. Angle shifts a measured degree. Tilt applied to brighter frame. Flex inserted in the grid. angle modifies perspective, gaps sustain without overlap. Till remains an open stance, flex extends across the zone. Offset clears a path of space, drift remains within control. Shift the angle, expand the gap. Open offset, widen the gap. Angle adjusted on the map. Margin breathing side to side, flexible within the stride. Open offset, shift the line, tilt the frame by small design. Drift allow the held in range, space within the chain. Margin stretches past the edge, angle rotates off the grid. Gap sustained in every row, offset balance left and right. Tilt applied across the field, flex distributed evenly. Drift glides through open span, spacing redefined. Each margin marks a breathing zone, each angle shifts the outer frame. Offset creates usable room, gap expands within the bounds. Tilt reduces rigid form, flex replaces direct alignment. Drift continues in soft arc, space preserved throughout. Open offset, widen the gap, angle adjusted on the map. Margin breathing side to side, flexible within the stride. Open offset, fully clear, tilt the line and persevere. Drift contains structure safe, margin wide and stable. Gap held, angle set, margin wide, offset open. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't set your room in final slot. Position confirmed on the board. Set the document in a signed folder. Fixed layout across the frame. Results displayed in clear view. Outcome recorded in summary. Position locked in column space. Static pan holds the line. Entry set beneath header. Field remains in ordered form. Placement verified by check. Results shown without revision. Folder placed in archive. Tier file set within category. Position marked as complete. Static marker beside the title. Outcome listed in final sheet. Set value stored in database. Placement fixed without shift. Result visible on screen. Placed and set. Fixed and confirmed. Final position locked in place. Result held in steady space. Fixed alignment across the frame. Outcome marked with name, aim. Final position stable and clear. Set within the proper tier. Remain as placed. No change required. Static and verified. Static and verified. Report set in closing section. Outcome listed at the end. Position fixed summary row. Static field remains defined. Entry placed in record log. Set status marked complete. Placement stored in master file. Result framed in bold type. Panel set to final state. Outcome saved in archive view. Position anchored in structure. Static grid without revision. Set column filled to edge. Placement secured in registry. Result displayed in overview. Remain fixed in location. Placed and set. Remain confirmed. Final position locked in place. Result held in steady space. Fixed alignment across the frame. Outcome marked with name, aim. Final position stable and clear. Set within the proper tier. Remain as placed. No change required. Static and verified. Static and verified. Every item placed in slot. Each position fully set. Outcome written in final line. Static board without offset. Fixed result across the span. Placement sealed in records. Set status in closing field. Remain defined and clear. Outcome rests in final row. Position locked without drift. Static marker holds the place. Result shown without revision. Set and placed in proper tier. Remain within a signed frame. Outcome verified in summary. Fixed in final position locked in place. Result held in steady space. Fixed alignment across the frame. Outcome marked with name. Final position fully set. Rename without regret. Static and secure in view. Placement complete. touches distant roofs, distance lies beyond the screen. Time recorded in small degrees, interval placed from point to point. Shadow moves across the page, moment framed in outer field. Light fades into pale gold, distance clear and undefined. Second hand marks each bend, time laden in passing line. Interval stretches without edge, like diffuse across the room. Shadow settles near the frame, distance measured in quiet air. Moment held without conclusion, time present without close. Light and distance, interval between the horizon in view. Light extending through, distance resting side by side. Interval open wide, ongoing horizon remains. Time without change, shadow drawn in steady line. Moment held in time. Light meets distance skyline, distance laid in soft haze. Time recorded in narrow marks, interval set between days. Shadow crosses window glass, moment written in pale tone. Light spreads across the field, distance present on the edge. Interval placed from now to next. Time shown in steady arc, light held at outer rim. Distance clear without border, shadow resting near the ground. Moment framed in quiet air, time remains without ending. Interval open again. Ongoing distance waiting, ongoing horizon in view. Light extending through, distance resting side by side. Interval open wide, ongoing horizon remains. Time without change, shadow drawn in steady line. Moment held in time, light on the horizon. Distance still in sight, light on the horizon. Distance still in sight, light remains, distance open, interval wide, time ongoing. No, rise above baseline, indicator shifts to upper tier. Output increases across the frame, current flows in stronger line. Level moves beyond prior mark, display brightens edge to edge. Voltage steady in clear range, active state reinforced. Meter climbs along the scale, status panel shows higher band. Channel holds expanded force, power present across the board. Pulse marked in steady arc, upper zone now occupied. Signal sustained in full span, range extended further still. Output spreads from side to side, indicator fixed in elevated form. Current marked above threshold, display reflecting surge. Fault aligned in constant field, active level locked in view. Meter resting near the crest, status holding firm. Level higher, signal stronger. Level higher, signal stronger. Rise again, elevate the line. Power moving through the spine. Current flowing wide and clear. Higher state is here. Rise again, elevate the field. Out strong and fully sealed. Voltage steady in design. Elevated line. Signal intensifies and steady gain. Indicator flashes active mark. Output fills the upper frame. Current sustained across the grid. Level set above the prior band. Meter resting near the peak. Voltage constant in display. Active range confirmed. Power carried through the zone. Status reinforced in light. Upper edge still fully held. Output bright and present. Indicator marking surge. Level occupying high. Current stable at the crest. Signal reinforced again. Display reflecting upper load. Voltage present without drop. Power lined in higher arc. Active tier surge. Steady at the band. Status clear and reinforced. Output spreading evenly. Current strong and defined. Higher level, stronger signal. Higher level, stronger signal. Rise again, elevate the line. Power moving through the spine. Current flowing wide and clear. Higher state is here. Rise again, elevate the field. Racing arc upper band fully engaged, voltage clear and open frame, status reinforced again. Single balanced and strong, array of the firm and structure, current steady at full strength, higher tier maintained. No reduction in the band, no collapse from high. Upper state sustained and view power outline and visible. Signal filling the horizon, voltage present in each lane. Active mark remains defined, elevated and steady. As again, elevate the line, power moving through the spine. Current flowing wide and clear, higher state is here. Rise again, elevate the field, up strong and fully sealed. Voltage steady in design, elevated higher now and reinforced. Active band endorsed, signal wide and clear. Rise again here, signal sustained, level high, voltage steady, output alive. Speed holds across the main lane, pace maintain at upper band. Momentum carried through the span, motion steady in clear direction. Rate sustained without decline, forward thrust across the field, drive extending through the zone. Velocity aligned in form, path remains in straight projection. Pace measured at high level, momentum reinforced by flow. Speed present in full measure, rate marked across the scale. All motion firm in constant track, drive stable through the range. Forward stay intact, velocity carried edge to edge. Pace aligned in open corridor, momentum wide across the board. Speed resting at upper tier, rate visible and strong display. Motion fixed in formation, drive steady in progression. Forward stand sustained, and speed momentum lead. Forward pace and steady drive, velocity alive. Momentum strong and wide, motion amplified. Forward pace without decline, speed aligned in line. Rate sustained and clear, velocity here. Make the spreads through the span, speed reinforced by drive. Pace constant at upper level, rate maintain without drop. Motion aligned in narrow arc, forward thrust across the field. Drive visible in clear band, velocity sustained. Path that holds in dark projection, speed consistent through the zone. Momentum present in each lane, pace secured at higher rate. Rate steady and active track, oh motion clear in every step. Drive extending through the span, velocity reinforced. Forward direction never stops, speed maintained at visible crest. Momentum filling open field, rate aligned in stable form. Drive intact across the frame, motion steady without shift. Pace reinforced in every line, velocity firm and clear. Speed and drive, momentum high, forward pace and steady drive. Velocity alive, momentum strong and wide. Motion amplified, forward pace without decline. Speed aligned in line, rate sustained and clear. Velocity here. Rate sustained and clear. Velocity here. Momentum sustained in long arc, speed present across the span. Pace balanced in full projection, rate visible in open band. Drive stable without retreat, motion reinforced in range. Forward thrust extended further, velocity at high speed, lane and clear array. Momentum aligned with drive, pace steady and firm control. Rate held in constant measure, motion intact in narrow path. Forward movement fully defined, drive sustained across the field. Velocity secure, no reduction in the pace, no fracture in the motion. Speed firm and upper tier, momentum present and strong. Drive aligned in both band, rate clear in the display. Forward stance unwavering, velocity source. Pace and steady drive, velocity alive. Momentum strong and wide, motion amplified. Forward pace without decline, speed aligned in line. Rate sustained and clear, velocity here. Momentum held and high, drive across the sky. Forward steady wide, velocity amplified. City city chill, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Field expands beyond the frame, range widening side to side. Open breadth across the span, scope extending outward. Boundaries push further out. open form, scope reinforced in size. Fields growing across the board, span increasing evenly. Open, stretching, clear array, range, broad, invisible band. Breadth covering outer plane, area amplified. Score raised in open frame, scope extended further still. Field widened in strong display, span beyond former bounds. Vast region in clear expansion, range occupying higher tier. Open surface, broad and wide, area sustained. Open the breadth, extend the scope. Expand and widen, stretch the span. Open the scope across the land, range extended far and wide. Breadth amplified, expand and widen, scale the frame, vast extension in full name. Open field and larger view, span renewed. Field expanding in broad arc, range widening in open band. Scope increasing without edge, span lifted outward. Breadth filling the outer zone, vast surface in strong display. Open domain in full extent, area reinforced. Score extended further out, scope broadened in design. Fields occupying outer tiers, span rising in formation. Range present across the width, breadth defined in larger plane. Vast extension held intact, open field sustained. No restriction in the scope, no boundary at the edge. Field widened beyond prior line, range fully stretched. Span visible in outer ring, breadth covering full plane. Area strong and clear, expansion complete. Expand and widen, stretch the span. Open the scope across the land, range extended far and wide. Breadth amplified, expand and widen, scale the frame, vast extension in full name. Open field and larger view, span renewed. Fast and wide in open frame, scope extended once again. Field enlarging clear, expansion here. Peak visible at upper line, crest defined along the arc. Summit standing over the span, apex marked at the top tier. Height present across the frame, upper band in full display. Pinnacle formed in clear outline, elevated state sustained. Top edge drawn in firm design, crest steady in the field. Summit broad above the range, apex fixed at outer rim. High reinforced in position, upper zone fully occupied. Peak carry through the span, elevated and clear. Pinnacle resting at the edge, crest aligned in strong arc. Summit rising over the board, apex defined in sharp relief. Height visible without blur, upper level maintained. Peak established at full range, elevated and present. The peak, raise high. At the peak, extend the height, crest aligned in open sight. Summit strong above the span, apex stand. At the peak, sustain the rise, upper tier before the eyes. Pinnacle in full display, height at play. Summit broad across the top, apex marked in bold array. High power carried through the band, peak sustained without fall. Upper zone remains intact, crest reinforced in design. Pinnacle steady in the frame, elevated form defined. Top tier visible across the field, it's clear in outline. Height present at outer edge, summit extended in strong arc. Peak resting near the rim, upper band firmly held. Pinnacle shaped in open air, elevated and wide. Crest reinforced across the span, height secured at upper mark. Summit sustained in bold relief, apex present in the view. Peak expanded in strong formation, upper line unwavering. Pinnacle steady at the crest, elevated without shift. Raise the crest, hold the summit. At the peak, extend the height, crest aligned in open sight. Summit strong above the span, apex stand. At the peak, sustain the rise, upper tier before the eyes. Pinnacle in full display, height at play. Height at play. Extended in event summit, broadened in design, crest reinforced across the yard. Apex defined in large span, height stretching to the rim, upper tier in full command. Pinnacle formed in steady line, elevated stay sustained, top level drawn in clear relief. Summit resting above the field, peak strength in outer ring, crescent line strong array. Height visible across the plain, apex fixed in bold outline. Upper zone fully present, pinnacle reinforced. No decline from the summit, no fracture at the crest, peak carried across the frame. Height maintained at the rim, upper band unwavering, apex steady in the air, pinnacle secured in view. At the peak, extend the height, crest aligned in open sight, summit strong above the span, apex stand. At the peak, sustain the rise, upper tier before the eyes, pinnacle in full display. Height at play, peak and crest held high, summit near the sky, apex strong and clear. Height here, forward beyond, ahead in line, next in view, onward. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Forward path across the span, ahead visible in open lane. Beyond the present boundary, next position in sight. Continuum forming outward, advance marked along the band. Onward direction defined, future drawn across the field. Forward line extending far ahead across the open frame. Beyond current horizon edge, next stage outline clearly. Continuum steady in projection, advance carried through the zone. Onward course in strong relief, future present in the earth. On remains in outer ring, forward marked invisible band. Next horizon in clear form ahead without restriction. Continuum present in design, advance held across the span. Onward track in firm alignment, future open in the field. Forward beyond, next and onward. Forward beyond, onward line, continuum in open design. Ahead and next in view, future through forward beyond, advance away, onward into open array. Continuum unconfined, future aligned, ahead stretching through the frame. Forward beyond prior mark, next field visible in outline. Continue on without border, reference carried through the span. Onward motion in full view, future present at the edge, forward sustained. Yeah, be a current outer band ahead in wide formation. Next horizon drawn in line, continuum steady and clear. Advance written in the field, onward path in open air. Future traced across the span, forward defined. Forward beyond every rim, ahead across extended ground. Next phase invisible, our continuum steady in shape. Advance positioned outward, onward across the open field. Future held before the line, forward maintain. Onward and ahead, forward extended. Forward beyond, onward line, continuum in open design. Ahead and next in view, future through forward beyond, advance away, onward into open array. Continuum unconfined, future aligned. Forward stretching through the bands, ahead across the field. Beyond every former edge, next an open outline. Continuum steady and wide, advance across the span. Onward in clear projection, future unbound. Forward carried through the arc, ahead beyond the rim. Next horizon in bold display. Continuum present and strong, advance across the domain. Onward into outer frame, future resting in the view. Forward unbroken, no closure at the edge, no boundary at the line. Forward remains in sight, ahead beyond the flame. Next always in the band, continuum without halt. Advance, sustained outward, onward again. Forward beyond, onward line, continuum and open to design. Ahead and next in view, future through forward beyond, advance the way. Onward into open array. Continuum unconfined, future aligned. I done when still, continue with will. Ahead and next, appear, forward here. Start right here, turn the signal on. Roscoe steel mirror holds a steady frame. Fabric falls into clean lines. Laces tighten without pause. Street below begins to fill. Engines move in parallel lanes. Crosswalk stripes mark the path. Doors slide open on cue. Threshold crossed out, retreat. Air sharp, horizon set. Entry point locked in place. All systems set to pay. Start right here. Turn the signal on. Light cuts through and the night is gone. No delay, no counting down. First step hits the ground. Start right here, switch engaged. Window wide, new open page. Forward line already clear. Start right here. Start right here. First contact, first ignition. Handle turns to recognition. Hall becomes a moving line. Steps align and measure time. Signals pass from left to right. Elevated doors and light. Button press, numbers rise. Ground returns before the eyes. Street expands in open span. Path extends from plan to plan. No reverse and no delay. Forward grid in full display. Start right here. Turn the signal on. Light cuts through when the night is gone. No delay, no counting down. First step hits the ground. Start right here, switch engaged. Window wide, new open page. Forward line already clear. Start right here. Start right here. Oh, engine lift. All directions now align. From this point, the day begins. Oh, start right here. Door swings wide. Line extends. Beginning holds. Start right here. Feet settle flat against the floor, heels press down in measured contact. Tilts back slightly for balance. Knees unlock from rigid angles. Line extends from base to neck. Shoulder float back into position. Chin lips level with the line ahead. Arms hang loose beside the frame. Breath moves into steady lungs. Ribs extend without resistance. Weight distributes left and right. Center shifts into alignment. Stand upright, structure set, grounded form without offset. Lift and align, steady and straight. Posture corrected, ready to engage. Shift and adjust, nothing was placed. Frame and precision, perfectly spaced. And align, level and clear. Body arranged from foot to ear. No collapse, no strain inside. Everything stacked and upright. Neck rotates in gradual arcs. Collarbone widens across the chest. Wrists extend and softly flex. Fingers open to full length. Ankles circle without haste. Calves activate in quiet tension. Thighs engage beneath the hips. Lower back holds neutral curve. Shoulder blades draw close and release. Jaw relaxes, front is hinge. Breath deepens to steady rhythm. Balance recalibrates again. Stand upright, axis true. All support running through. Lift and align, steady and straight. Posture corrected, ready to engage. Shift and adjust, nothing is placed. Frame and position, perfectly spaced. And align, level and clear. Body arranged from foot to ear. No collapse, no strain inside. Everything stacked and upright. Everything stacked and upright. Head above the center line. Spine arranged in vertical design. Pelvis set in neutral place. Knees unlocked with even space. Arms extend and fold again. Shoulders settle without strain. Breath moves down to feel the core. Rising evenly from floor to floor. Weight transfers, heel to toe. Forward lean and subtle flow. Return again to centered stance. Stable base and quiet balance. Lift and align, steady and straight. Posture corrected, ready to engage. Shift and adjust, Cursor live, window open, system online. First tab loads without delay. Field prepared for entry. Icon selected, panel expands. Folder reveals layer paths. Document opens in clean white space. Header aligned across the top. Sidebar lists active threads. Notifications stack in order. Calendar blocks arranged in rows. Search bar waiting for input. File name scroll in vertical lines. Project board fills the frame. Pointer moves from link to link. First command placed in text. Lines appear across the page. Paragraph breaks from structure. Table cells align in grid columns stretch from edge to edge. Checkbox marked beside the title. Attachment drops into position. Window resizes to full view. Multiple tabs arranged in sequence. Reference file pinned to side. Dashboard updates in real time. Open and access. Select and begin. Enter the field. Open the task. Cursor moving steady and fast. Line by line. Page by page. Process active fully engaged. Enter the field. Start the flow. Window shifting row by row. Click and confirm. Input clear. Operation running here. Spreadsheet extends across the screen. Rows extend beyond the fold. Cells accept formatted text. Formulas calculate unseen. Email thread loads in preview pane. Reply drafted in short lines. Send icon highlighted in blue. Archive moves items aside. Checklist opens under title. Progress bar fills the frame. Search query turns results. Loads filters narrowed by command. Interface splits into panels. Chat window dot below. Timeline stretches to the right. Task card drag to column 2. Upload bar shows transfer rate. Cloud sync indicator turns green. History log records each step. Version saved in background. Auto save triggers quietly. Backup stored in second drive. Open and access. Select and proceed. Enter the field. Open the task. Cursor moving steady and fast. Line by line. Page by page. Process active fully engaged. Enter the field. Start the flow. Window shifting row by row. Click and confirm. Input clear. Operation running here. Multiple windows side by side. Reference tabs aligned in view. Shortcut keys pressed in sequence. Panel switch without pause. Drag and drop across the board. Context menu opens on cue. Text adjusted for clean format. Margin set within the frame. Notification slides from the edge. Message preview fades away. Data sorts from A to Z. Columns reorder instantly. Split screen balance left and right. Back row maps remain minimized. Focus mode removes excess panels. Primary task centered on display. Command executed once again. File exported to final folder. Upload confirmed in silent check. Sync complete across devices. Enter the field. Open the task. Cursor moving steady and fast. Line by line. Page by page. Process active fully engaged. Enter the field. Start the flow. Window shifting row by row. Click and confirm. Input clear. Operation running here. Operation running clear. Interface active here. Screen remains. Window open. Task in motion. Session acted. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Timing turns in fixed sequence. Cycle begins a set interval. Grid extends in equal rows. Cursor repeats identical motion. Command follows prior command. Step mirrors previous step. Loop continues without variation. Order remains exact and constant. Panel refreshes at timed interval. Entry replicates prior entry. Column matches column again. Line reflects the same design. Repeat and return. Uniform and confirm. Cycle and repeat. Constant line sequence running on. Fixed design grid after grid. No deviation. Automatic continuation. Cycle and repeat. Steady and tight interval set. Left to right. No alteration. No delay. Uniform pathway. Timer triggers identical action. Notification appears in rhythm. Template loads without adjustment. Field accepts predefined text. Autofill places standard format. Drop down select state. Default state. Checkbox marked by preset rules. Status updates in mirrored form. Archive moves to assigned folder. Backup copies to parallel drive. Log records recurring entry. History Auto resets to base position. Filter apply store criteria. Task card returns to origin. Board restores original grid. Repeat and return. Exact and confirmed. Cycle and repeat. Constant line sequence running on fixed design. Grid after grid. No deviation. Automatic continuation. Cycle and repeat. Steady and tight interval set. Left to right. No alteration. No delay. Uniform pathway. Every interval marked in place. Every sequence locked in frame. Template loaded once again. Open mirrors, prior result. Archive follows standard route. Transfer repeats prior path. Trigger responds at equal span. Loop resumes from first command. Row outlines beneath row. Cell beneath cell in order. Frame resets to primary state. Process flows and close rotation. Instruction echoes instruction. Format remains unchanged. Grid extends in fixed dimension. Cycle completes and restarts. Cycle and repeat. Constant line sequence running on fixed design. Grid after grid. Automatic continuation. Cycle and repeat. Steady and tight interval set. Left to right. Exact in format. Exact in flow. Uniform cycle. Uniform cycle. Cycle ready. Cycle. No delay. Uniform yeah. Count the units. Mark the line. Total adjusts over time. Count it down. Fuel remains. Subtract the weight from the chain. Margin shifts. Numbers align. Decrease visible by design. Count it down. Total revise. Remaining set before the eyes. Less than before in clear display. Measure change each day. Total listed at the top. Entries tracked in order rows. Column shows the prior sum. Next cell reflects a lower value. Subtraction placed beside the line. Margin widens as figures move. Remaining tax reduced in count. Ledger updates in steady form. Indicator shows a smaller range. Graph shortens along the scale. Units drop from 10 to 8. Balance shifts across the page. Checklist shows fewer marks. Archive grows as list contracts. Dashboard displays revised amount. Status panel shows decrease. Quota adjusts beneath the chart. Summary recalculates total. Filter narrows visible scope. Remaining rows scroll upward. Count the unit. Numbers shift within the range. Count it down. Fewer remains. Subtract the weight from the chain. Margin shifts. Numbers align. Decrease visible by design. Count it down. Total revise. Remaining set before the eyes. Less than before in clear display. Measure change each day. Counter drops from 7 to 5. Bar shortens across the frame. Report logs the reduced load. Section total recalculated. Target line moves closer now. Data set reflects subtraction. Pending items marked complete. Remaining column holds fewer lines. Time slot frees within the grid. Space expands along the board. Allocation reduced by half. Residual figure displayed. Overview panel lists new sum. Category shows smaller share. Comparison chart redraw scale. Delta column marks decrease. Subtract again from prior count. Total shifts without debate. Margin widens incrementally. Fewer units left in place. Balance narrows toward the base. Indicator trends downward. Remaining task decline in rows. Graph compresses by degree. Each revision trims the list. Each update lowers total numbers. Settle into range. Measure drop across the board. Final subtraction clears the span. Remaining count near zero. Summary marks the difference. Decrease now complete. Count it down. Fewer remains. Subtract the weight from the chain. Margin shifts. Numbers align. Decrease visible by design. Count it down. Total revise. Remaining set before the eyes. From full scale to minimal line. Quantitative shift defined. Total reduce. Margin connects side to side. Stream continues without break. Segment joins the following part. Data carries across channels. Connection forms in sequence. Route extends past one section. Bridge links to distant nodes. Shared word connects devices. Signal transfers through server. Pipeline carries active stream. Endpoint connects to endpoint. Channel extends without pause. Access links through secure path. Connect and carry. Link and extend. Connected flow. Path to path chain. Extending aftermath. Transfer running line to line. Continuity by design. Connected flow. Side to side. Linked across the moving tide. Carry forward. Never stall. Extension through it all. Message connects to archive thread. Attachment transfers instantly. Network carries packet through. Bridge, extend, distant drive. Shared board links, remote teams. Cloud transfer moves between zones. Injection holds across the span. Chain continues node to node. Segment carries to next stage. Preference tends within the file. Session connects across devices. Stream transfers to mirrored host channel. Holds a stable form. Process carries through gateway. Extension reaches further still. Connect and carry, link and proceed. Connected flow, path to path chain. Extending aftermath, transfer running line to line. Continuity by design. Connected flow, side to side. Linked across the moving tide. Carry forward, never stall. Extension through it all. Mesh connects across the gap. Thread links back to origin. Pipeline carries active load. Path extends without collapse. Server transfers and relay. Node connects to parallel node. Shared access opens both ends. Chain continues into new spans. Segment joins another stream. Channel links through secure lane. Transfer routes through mirrored host. Connection spans wide domain. Carry signal further out. Extend route across the field. Continuity remains intact. Link from start to yield. Connected flow, path to path chain. Extending aftermath. Transfer running line to line. Continuity by design. Connected flow, wide and long. Links across the system strong. Carry forward, extend beyond connection ongoing. We transfer active. Continuity. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Layer upon layer fills the board. Parallel streams run side by side. Concurrent tests, stacking rows. Volume increases cross the screen. Window overlaps, window frame. Panel stack in vertical form. Load distributes across the grid. Capacity expands to hold more. Threads running concurrent lanes. Stacks rise without collision. Columns overlap in display. Parallel processes remain active. Multiple dashboards share the space. Concurrent tabs remain open. Stack notifications line the edge. Volume spreads from left to right. Load shifts between active zones. Capacity holds extend the list. Parallel operations in motion. Layered structure across the field. Layer and stack. Parallel track. Parallel volume rising high. Later across the active sky. Concurrent passes at display. Capacity wide all the way. Parallel volume side by side. Overlapping frames in stride. Load sustained across the span. Layered system running. Concurrent updates refresh the view. Stack threads expand downward. Volume spreads across panels. Overlapping cards fill the board. Capacity stretches to limit. Parallel sessions remain live. Layered data fills each slot. Load shared across the platform. Queue and stack in order blocks. Multiple windows overlap clean. Concurrent process maintains speed. Volume pulses through the page. Capacity absorbs surge. Parallel actions continue. Layered interface holds firm. Load balancer across the frame. Layer and stack. Concurrent track. Parallel volume rising high. Layered across the active sky. Concurrent passes stack display. Capacity wide all the way. Parallel volume side by side. Overlapping frames in stride. Load sustained across the span. Layered system running. Stacks extend beyond the wall. Parallel streams occupy lanes. Concurrent tasks fill every slot. Volume spreads through the domain. Layered grids in complex form. Load shifts without collapse. Capacity absorbs the increase. Overlap without disruption. Back upon previous rows, parallel boards remain aligned, concurrent flows fill the field, volume expands across the span, layered screens in tight formation, load carried across each zone, capacity holding steady weight, parallel state sustain, parallel volume rising high, layered across the active sky, concurrent paths and stack display, capacity wide all the way, parallel volume fully formed, overlapping frames transformed, load sustained from end to start, parallel volume layer stacks, parallel state volume sustained, capacity held. Open the margin, shift the angle, offset, widen, flex space between each active panel. Tilt the frame, reset the axis. Open, offset, widen the gap angle, adjusted on the map. Margin, breathing side to side, flexible within the stride. Open, offset, shift the line, tilt the frame by small design. Drift allowed but held in range. Space within the change. Gap appears between two blocks. Margin expands along the edge. Offset moves the column right. Angle shifts a measured degree. Tilt applied to prior frame. Flex inserted in the grid. Drift permitted within bounds. Spacing increases to the roll. Panel slides or slide offset. Margin clears the crowded zone. Angle resets the viewing plane. Gap remains without collapse. Still reduces inner strain. Flex distributes across the span. Offset moves the outer line. Drift contained inside the frame. Shift the angle. Widen the margin. Open, offset, widen the gap angle. Adjusted on the map. Margin breathing side to side. Flexible within the stride. Open, offset, shift the line. Tilt the frame by smart design. Drift allowed but held in range. Space within the change. Gap inserted in the layout. Margin grows between the blocks. Offset aligns a different edge. Angle shifts in subtle arc. Tilt triple into the surface. Flex reduces inner pressure. Drift moves slowly through the grid. Spacing holds expanded form. Column slides by small offset. Margin widens top to base. Angle modifies perspective. Gap sustained without overlap. Tilt remains in open stance. Flex extends across the zone. Offset clears a path of space. Drift remains within control. Shift the angle. Expand the gap. Open, offset, widen the gap angle. Adjusted on the map. Margin breathing side to side. Flexible within closing section, outcome listed at the end, position fixed in summary row, static field remains defined, entry placed in record log, set status mark complete, placement stored in master file, result framed in bold type, panel set to final state, outcome saved in archive view, position anchored in structure, static grid without revision, set column filled to edge, placement secured in registry, result displayed in overview, remain fixed in location, place, then set, remain confirmed, final position locked in place, result held in steady space, fixed alignment across the frame, outcome marked with name, final position stable and clear, set within the proper tier, remain as placed, no change required, static and verified, every item placed in slot, each position fully set, outcome written in final line, static or without offset, fixed result across the span, placement sealed in record, set status in closing field, remain defined and clear, outcome rests in final row, position locked without drift, static marker holds the place, result shown without revision, set and placed in proper tier, remain within assigned frame, outcome verified in summary, fixed in final state, final position locked in place, result held in steady space, fixed alignment across the frame, outcome marked with name, final position fully set, remain without regret, static and secure in view, placement complete. Light across the horizon, distance held in view, interval widening slowly, time suspended here. Light rests on the far edge, distance stretches past the frame, time marked in subtle increments, interval placed between events, shadow drawn along the wall, moment framed in open space, light reflected on the glass, distance measured without line, clock face shows silent change, time shifts with the signal, interval expands in quiet span, light settles across the floor, shadow lengthens near the door, distance present in the air, moment remains in outline, time written across the sky, light and distance, time between, ongoing horizon in view, light extending through, distance resting side by side, interval open wide, ongoing horizon remains, time without change, shadow drawn in steady line, moment held in time, light touch distant roofs, distance lies beyond the street, time recorded in small degrees, interval placed from point to point, shadow moves across the page, moment framed in outer field, light fades into pale gold, distance clear and undefined, second hand marks each span, time layered in passing lines, interval stretches without edge, light diffuse across the room, shadow settles near the frame, distance measured in quiet, moment held without conclusion, time present without close, light and distance, interval between, ongoing horizon in view, light extending through, distance resting side by side, interval open wide, ongoing horizon remains, time without change, shadow drawn in steady line, moment held in time, moment held in time, light meets distance skyline, distance laid in soft haze, time recorded in narrow marks, interval set between days, shadow crosses window glass, moment written in pale tone, light spreads across the field, distance present on the edge, interval placed from now to next, time shown in steady arc, light held at outer rim, distance clear without border, shadow resting near the ground, moment framed in quiet air, time remains without ending, interval open again, ongoing horizon in view, light extending through, distance resting side by side, interval open wide, ongoing horizon remains, time without change, shadow drawn in steady line, moment held in time, Signal rises above this line, indicator shifts to upper tier, output increases up, push your mind, current flows in stronger line. Mirrors neon prior mark, display brightens edge to edge, voltage steady in clear range, active state reinforced. Meter climbs along the scale, status panel shows higher band, channel holds expanded force power present across the board. Pulse marked in steady arc upper, so now occupied, signal sustained in full span, range extended further still. Output spreads from side to side, indicator fixed in elevated form, current marked above threshold, display reflecting surge, voltage aligning constant field, active level locked in view meter, resting near the crest, status holding firm, level high. Signal stronger. Rise again, elevate the line, power moving through the spine, current flowing wide and clear, higher state is here. Rise again, elevate the field, delta strong and fully sealed, voltage steady in design, elevated line. Signal intensifies in steady gain, indicator flashes active mark, output fills the upper frame, curve sustained across the grid, level set above the prior band meter, resting near the peak, voltage consistent in display, active range confirmed, power carried through the zone, status reinforced in light, upper register fully held, output bright and present, indicator marking surge, level occupying height, current stable at the crest, signal reinforced again, display reflecting upper load, voltage present without drop, power aligned in higher arc, active tier sustained, meter steady at the band, status clear and reinforced, output spreading evenly, current strong and defined, higher level, stronger signal. Rise again, elevate the line, power moving through the spine, current flowing wide and clear, higher state is here. Rise again, elevate the field, output strong and fully sealed, voltage steady in design, elevated signal widening across the zone, voltage marking steady gain, output held at upper range, current flowing without break, indicator locked in bright, display level resting above midpoint, power present across the span, active force sustained, meter near the cresting arc, upper band fully aged, voltage clear in open frame, status reinforced again, signal balanced in strong array, output firm in structure, current steady at full strength, higher tier maintained, no reduction in the band, no collapse from height, upper state sustained in view, power aligned invisible, signal filling the horizon, voltage present in each lane, active mark remains defined, elevated and steady. Rise again, elevate the line, power moving through the spine, current flowing wide and clear, higher state is here. Rise again, elevate the field, output strong and fully sealed, voltage steady in design, elevated higher now and reinforced, active band endorsed, signal wide and clear. Rise again here, signal sustained, level high, voltage steady, output alive. Speedos across the main lane, pace maintained at upper band, momentum carried through the span, motion steady in clear direction, rate sustained without decline, forward thrust across the field, drive extending through the zone, velocity aligned in form, path remains in straight projection, pace measured at high level, more maximum reinforced by flow, speed present in full measure, wave marked across the scale, motion firm and constant track, drive stable through the range, forward state intact, velocity carried edge to a edge, pace aligned in open corridor, momentum wide across the board, speed projections. Be consistent through the zone. No momentum present in each lane. Pace secured at higher range. Rate steady in active track. Motion clear in every step. Drive extending through the span. Velocity reinforced. Forward direction never stalls. Speed maintained at visible crest. Momentum filling open field. Rate aligned in stable form. Drive intact across the frame. Motion steady without shift. Pace reinforced in every line. Velocity firm and clear. Speed and drive. The momentum high. Forward pace steady drive. Velocity alive. Momentum strong and wide. Motion amplified. Forward pace without decline. Speed aligned in line. Rate sustained and clear. Velocity here. Limb sustained in long arcs. Speed present across the span. Pace balanced in full projection. Rate visible in open band. Drive stable without retreat. Motion reinforced in range. Forward thrust extended further. Velocity at height. Speed layered in clear array. Momentum aligned with drive. Pace steady and firm control. Rate curls across and measure. Intact to narrow path. Forward movement fully defined. Drive sustained across the field. Velocity secure. No reduction in the pace. No fracture in the motion. Speed firm and upward tier. Momentum present and strong. Drive aligned in full band. Rate clear and dark display. Forward stance unwavering. Velocity sustained. Forward pace steady drive. Velocity alive. Momentum strong and wide. Motion amplified. Forward pace without decline. Speed aligned in line. Rates to stay sustained and clear. Velocity here. Momentum held and high. Drive across the sky. Forward steady wide. Velocity amplified. Expands beyond the frame range, widening side to side. Open breadth across the spin scope, extending outward. Boundaries push further out, vast area in clear view. Span increasing edge to edge, open stretch across the board. Range broad across surface, field enlarging in scale. Scope extended in dimension, open width and full display. Vast structure beyond the edge, span widened in formation. Breadth spread across the plane, field occupying greater ground. Area growing past the line, range lifting to outer band. Scope defined in larger arc, open zone and wide expand. Vast extension in the field, span visible far beyond. Breadth unfolding in layers, range stretching further still. Expand the field, widen the range. Expand and widen, stretch the span, open the scope across the land. Range extended far and wide, breadth amplified. Expand and widen, scale the frame. Vast extension in full name. Open field and larger view, span renewed. Field widening in broad outline, range increasing in measure. Scope enlarging in full arc, open plane in greater scale. Span extended through the zone, breadth visible across the grid. Area widened past the edge, range lifted outward. Vast domain in open form, scope reinforced in size. Field growing across the board, span increasing evenly. Open stretch and clear array, range broad and visible band. Breadth covering outer plane, area amplified. Scope raised in open frame, scope extended further still. Widened and strong display, span beyond former bounds. Vast region in clear expansion, range occupying higher tier. Open surface broad and wide, area sustained. Open the breadth, extend the scope. Expand and widen, stretch the span. Open the scope across the land. Range extended far and wide, breadth amplified. Expand and widen, scale the frame. Vast extension in full name. Open field and larger view, span renewed. Field expanding in broad arc, range widening in open band. Scope increasing without edge, span lifted outward. Breadth filling the outer zone, vast surface and strong display. Open domain along the arc, summit standing over the span, apex marked at the top tier, height present across the frame, upper band in full display, pinnacle formed in clear outline, elevated state sustained, top edge drawn in firm design, crest steady in the field, summit brought above the range, apex fixed at outer rim, height reinforced in position, upper zone fully occupied, peak carried through the span, elevated and clear, pinnacle resting at the edge, crest aligned in strong arc, summarizing over the board, apex defined in sharp relief, height visible without blur, upper level maintained, peak established at full range, elevated and present. Hold the peak, raise the height. At the peak, extend the height, crest aligned in open sight, summit strong above the span, apex stands at the peak, sustain the rise, upper tier before the eyes, pinnacle in full display, height at play, made us play. Summit brought across the top, apex marked in bold array, height carried through the band, peak sustained without fall, upper zone remains intact, crest reinforced in design, pinnacle steady in the frame, elevated form defined, top tier visible across the field, apex clear in outline, height present at outer edge, summit extended and strong arc, peak resting near the rim, upper band firmly held, pinnacle shaped in open air, elevated and wide, crest reinforced across the span, height secured at upper mark, summit sustained in bold relief, apex present in the view, peak expanded in strong formation, upper line unwavering, pinnacle steady at the crest, elevated without shift, raise the crest, hold the summit, at the peak extend the height, crest aligned in open sight, summit strong above the span, apex stands at the peak, sustain the rise, upper tier before the eyes, pinnacle in full display, height at play, peak centered in upper band, summit broadened in design, crest reinforced across the arc, apex defined in larger span, height stretching to the rim, upper tier in full command, pinnacle formed in steady line, elevated state sustained, top level drawn in clear relief, summit resting above the field, peak strengthened in outer ring, crest aligned in strong array, height visible across the plane, apex fixed in bold outline, upper zone fully present, pinnacle reinforced, no decline from the summit, no fracture at the crest, peak carry across the frame, height maintained at the rim, upper band unwavering, apex steady in the air, pinnacle secured in view, elevated firm, at the peak extend the height, crest aligned in open sight, summit strong above the span, apex stands at the peak, sustain the rise, upper tier before the eyes, pinnacle in full display, height at play, peak and crest held high, summit near the sky, apex strong and clear, height here, forward beyond, ahead in line, next in view, forward path across the span, ahead visible in open lane, beyond the present boundary, next version in sight, continuum forming outward, advance marked along the band, onward direction defined, future drawn across the field, forward line extending far ahead across the open frame, beyond curving horizon edge, next stage outline clearly, continuum steady in projection, advance carried through the zone, onward course and strong relief, future present in the arc, beyond remains an outer ring, forward marked invisible band, next horizon in clear from ahead without restriction, continuum present in design, advance held across the span, onward track in firm alignment, future open in the field, forward and beyond, next and onward, forward beyond, onward line continuum in open design, ahead and next in view, future through, forward beyond, advance away onward into open array, continuum unconfined, future aligned, ahead stretching through the frame, forward beyond prior mark, next field visible in outline, continuum without border, advance carried through the span, onward motion in full view, future present at the edge, transitions outward, onward across the open field. Future held before the light. Forward maintain, onward and ahead. Forward extended. Forward beyond, onward line continuum in open design ahead and next in view. Future through, forward beyond, advance the way onward into open array continuum unconfined. Future aligned. Forward stretching through the band ahead across the field. Beyond every former edge, next in open outline. Continuum steady and wide, advance across the span. Onward in clear projection, future unbound. Forward carried through the arc, ahead beyond the rim. Next horizon in bold display, continuum present and strong. Advance across the domain, onward into outer frame. Future resting in the view, forward unbroken. No closure at the edge, no boundary at the line. Forward remains inside, ahead beyond the frame. Next always in the band, continuum without halt. Advance sustained outward, onward again. Forward beyond, onward line continuum and open design ahead and next in view. Future through, forward beyond, advance the way onward into open array continuum unconfined.